everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the JJ15 Show with your host, JacobJacob15 and the ever-lovable
MommyMommy15.
Now, welcome to our first episode, as I've already said before. So, before we start with our show, you're probably wondering, what is the JJ15 Show? Why is this in my feed? And why aren't you whispering into this microphone over here, which you don't even recognize because this is a new microphone? I wanted to put... Okay, listen, don't be Conan and slam the mic around, okay? This is a live mic.
I'm looking.
Okay, so the JJ15 Show is not intended in any way to be a ripoff or copy of Just Kidding News or Good Mythical Morning, but they did inspire this, and they are some of my favorite YouTube channels.
Or BSNBC.
Yeah, oh yeah, by Tom Mabe. You should look that up. This ain't fake news. This is real stuff. But this is just a little talk show that we do every couple of weeks. Me and MommyMommy15 talk about stories, discuss things in the news, try challenges, and do things like that.
Past mishaps.
Yeah. So, for our first episode, I thought we would do something involving Craigslist, because some of my favorite Good Mythical Morning videos are about Craigslist and stuff like that. So, me and MommyMommy15 have went through two notable Craigslist stories, and I'm going to be telling them here today. I would have MommyMommy15 tell them, but I don't think she recalls a lot of the stuff that happened. And I'm wearing my communist hat. I took the pin out because when I'm in the yard, I like to wear this thing. People just drive up. Hey, little boy, you communist!
Strange kid.
Yeah, so I have two stories. The first one is going to be, will you pretend to be an alcoholic for me? And this is, I think, my favorite one. But the second one is also notable in a lot of ways. So, this story occurred back in June of 2016 when me and MommyMommy15 were trying to give away the kittens that my cat Squeakers, the gray one that you see sometimes in my videos, had in April of the same year. I was going to say following.
We were trying to adopt them out.
Yeah, adopt them out. Now, don't get me wrong. Me and MommyMommy15 love these kittens to death. It's just
too many kittens.
Yeah, because I mean they're cute, but if they stayed their little sizes,
they turn into big cats.
Yeah, we would keep them if, there was a way to keep them small.
Yeah, when they're cute, yeah.
Yeah, we would keep them. But we couldn't, and we decided a lot of ways. We thought about giving them to the local animal shelter, but usually after a couple of weeks, if they can't adopt them out or find another facility to place them in, sadly, they get euthanized. And that's happened to a lot of animals. And it would just be too far of a trip to go to the Michigan Humane Center, which is in Detroit. So we decided, you know what, we're just going to put them on Craigslist for free. And if we put free kittens in the title, everyone in town is going to want a kitten. And I think the minute after we posted that post, we had about 30 phone calls.
Swamped.
Yeah, but
for free kittens.
And I told my mom, we have to really look at these people, find out who these people are, meet them in person.
Yeah, we had to screen them.
Because I want to make sure we're not giving these to some laboratory, so they're going to take them apart and reconstruct them in China somewhere.
Some weirdo who wants a bunch of kittens.
Yeah. And it was about a week after we posted our ad. It was about 1 in the afternoon. We were in the kitchen. My mom had gotten a call from someone, which we'll call Brendan. Brendan's not his real name. We're just going to call him Brendan. So we got a call from someone named Brendan, and he said, my mom's birthday is today, and I really want to get her a kitten. And I don't want to let her know about it. I want to surprise her. And we said, okay, yeah, we can do that. Come, take as many as you want. And I think we had about 2 or 3 left.
Yeah.
Because I think 2 people had came prior to him calling.
Right.
Throughout the week, because obviously you put free in the title next to kittens. You're gonna get a lot of phone calls from people, mental people and sane people.
Right.
And we said, okay, yeah, come on down, take as many kittens as you want. My brother's peeking through the door at us. We're trying to do a talk show here. Let's go. Okay, so as I was saying,
annoying people.
As I was saying before, we said, okay, come on down, get the kittens. And then he said, oh, hold on one moment. Can you just do one thing for me? And we're like, sure.
He wanted me to say that I was an alcoholic and that he forgot his book.
You forgot your book?
Yeah, AA book. And he was going to come and bring it back to me, and he wanted to surprise his mother with the kitten.
He used that as a ploy.
Yeah, to come over.
To get his mother over. And I think he said that, you know, they were going to Denny's, and on the way, when they got done with their lunch at Denny's or something, that he was going to say that, just what you said, and come over. So we said, okay, we'll do that. And he said, okay.
Yeah, we'll play along.
Yeah, expect me in the next hour. And we hung up the phone, and my mom's, like, in the living room, and she's just, like, cleaning up for these people to come over. Meanwhile, I'm in the kitchen. I'm gathering butcher knives because I'm, like, hiding them, like, putting them everywhere. Because at the time, I had a fear, and I still have a fear of someone breaking in, stealing our stuff, hog-tying us up, and stealing everything we have. I still have that fear today. Mom always gets mad when it's middle of the day and I lock all the bolt locks.
Oh yeah, he's security freak.
Yeah.
So anyway, Brendan showed up here and he goes, here's your AA book and here's my mom.
Yeah,
my
turns
mom.
out he was not some rapist.
Then he said, Mom, he goes, I got a surprise for you. Then he goes and picks up a kitten, which was an orange one.
Yeah,
says,
Jasper.
Don't you love it?
And his mom's like, oh my God, yes.
Yes.
And I also want to add, this guy was about 6 feet tall.
Almost 7 feet tall.
Yeah, 7 feet tall. He couldn't even fit through our door. He had like duck.
Yeah.
But as weird as it was, this guy actually turned out to be a good friend. We're still friends with him. Yeah. He posts photos on Facebook of Jasper. It's really nice to see how big Jasper is shown.
Right. The one good point of it is he had another lady friend.
Kay.
Yeah, who worked for this Humane Society. Anyway, she took the other 2 kittens. They all were fixed, shotted, and they were adopted into good homes. So, matter of fact, they named one of the kittens after Jacob.
Yeah.
So, that was cool. That turned out a win-win situation.
Yeah.
And she had our cat fixed, too, also. Yeah. So, that was a win-win
He also
situation.
bought me a birthday present.
He also sent him some birthday gifts, yes.
Yeah. He didn't send them to me. It was like 7 in the morning. I hear a knock at the door.
Yeah.
And he just bought me a giant bunch of stuff with his mom. He gave me a card. I think it had like $10 in it.
Yeah.
He's a really nice guy. We don't really talk to him as much as we did back in August of 2016, but we still see photos from time to time of Jasper, and we get messages about him.
Yeah.
It was one of the good Craigslist experiences, and one that I really like to remember.
But we have a bad one, too.
Yeah, which I saved the best one for last.
Oh.
Okay, so now on to our second experience.
Yeah.
Which is also maybe one of the funniest ones. So our second experience is what I'm going to be calling the dark and lovely experience. And oh boy, it's a big experience.
My granddaughter's mother hooked this one up.
Yes. So basically, if
I cleaned out the shed and I had a big 10 by 30 foot pool that I no longer wanted to upkeep, too much upkeep. So I decided to put on Craigslist for $40. Brand new $250 pool.
Yeah. And one day, well, she said before her granddaughter or my aunt-in-law, I guess if that's a real thing, she was over here that day, and my mom's phone rang, and my aunt-in-law said, you know what, I'm just going to go and pick the phone up, and it was some lady who said, hey, I want to come out today and get the pool. And we said, okay, you got $40? She said, yeah. We said, okay. And then she went and told my mom, and she said, yeah, come on over. And I think it was about 30 minutes later.
She come over.
In her van.
With 9 kids. 9 kids.
It was a clown car.
14 to 1. Oh my God.
Yes. And basically, we had gotten the pool, they had loaded it into the van, and they were talking to my mom for a couple of minutes. And I don't like going out to meet people from Craigslist. You know, I would go out and meet people from Craigslist, you know, if they were always like Brendan, you know, nice people. But this lady and her kids were just too crazy. I just stayed inside.
This is when we still had the kittens before we got a hold of Brendan.
Yeah, because so I was inside. My mom and my aunt was talking to the lady outside, and I was looking out the back door, peeking, you know, creeping out there, and I was like, what happened to her kids that I just seen come out of the, basically her clown car? I just seen a second ago. This thing's like really small. Actually, I think she had a van, a minivan. I'm like, where are her kids? And I hear something behind me. I look, and then I see like this giant line of kids just running all over. I'm like, oh my God. They got inside. They broke the locks.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. And they're in this, actually, the studio we're filming in right now, which some of my fans know as the animal room. This used to be my room. And they're in here. They were like going on my computer trying to check their like little Facebooks. Like it was a library or something. They're like on my bookshelf reading through my books, like going through my valuables.
I had loose change on my table.
Yeah.
One of them was trying to put in this pocket.
About 3 of them. I think they actually did take.
They're fighting over it.
Yeah, it was about $10 in quarters there, and they were like taking it.
Yeah.
And then they found the kittens, because I think MommyMommy15 said prior to this, we still had the kittens. This was a month before we gave away the kittens. And they went outside, all of them grabbed a kitten and said, Mama, can I have one of these kittens? And she's like, no, you can't have one of those kittens. Put them back, put them back, put them back. And I'm like, and then they like throw the kittens on the ground. I mean, like throw them. And like they're running all over our giant yard. And like, oh my God.
We're trying to find a kitten.
The kittens are going to get away. And meanwhile, my cat is inside screaming because she can't find her children anymore. Because basically they pulled the kittens away when she was nursing.
Yeah.
And it was just a bad experience. So, long story short, she got all the kids in the van, and they went home at the pool, had a nice day. But that doesn't end there. Next morning, around 11, 12 in the afternoon, my mom gets a thrash of text messages, vulgar voicemails, and attempted calls from this lady yelling at us, calling us whiteys and crackers, and we told us we sold her a defective pool. And the reason and she's like saying, you mother effers, you gave me a defective pool. What are you whiteys trying to do? Always scam us African Americans for money.
Yeah.
And you know, not trying to be racist, but this is what this lady is saying to us.
I do not know what happened to that pool. It was good holding water the last time I was in it.
Yeah.
My granddaughter's mother said it's a great pool. She was out there talking like a salesman, trying to sell it ASAP. So, I don't know.
Yeah, and basically, she said, you know, I've been trying to duct tape this mother effer all day.
Yeah. And then I said, well, you know what, bring it back. I'll give you your $40 back.
And my mom's work friend, and also one of our neighbors, said, you know, you don't have to give her money back. Especially the way she's been acting towards you.
And I said, well, I'm going to. That's not right.
Yeah. And then she came over, and she only had 2 of her kids with her. I don't know what happened to the other 3. I don't know. Maybe they got lost somewhere. Maybe they got lost behind somewhere.
The other 6, yeah.
And basically, my mom said, you got to go and help this lady. I'm not going to help this lady after she said this to me and you.
Well, I told her just to take it and throw it out in her garbage there, and she said, no, I'm going to bring it back.
So I basically helped her unload it. I'm like, I told my mom, I'm not going to help her unload this after what she's done to us, but it was like, okay, I'm just going to help, and that was the end of that. Yeah. Now, before it ends, I'd like to say why I call this Dark and Lovely is because all of her text messages, she had a signature, and it said, Dark and Lovely.
Yeah, it said dark and blah, 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 dark and lovely.
You mother effer whiteys, you sold us an effective pool. Dark and lovely. And basically, that was that. And it was like, I can imagine she was just doing her hair one day and looked at the packaging, Dark and Lovely, and I'm like, she was like, I want to put that as my text signature. Yeah. And I can only imagine if her text signature is Dark and Lovely, I can only imagine what her sister's text signature must be. Probably Butter Me Brown. Dark and Lovely and Butter Me Brown.
But the one point that you don't know about, Jacob, the next day, I seen a truck stop by, and he took all the poles to the pool and scrapped them.
A metal scrapper.
Oh, yeah, metal scrapper. Took all the poles because they were aluminum. All the poles.
Yeah, she probably should have just took them down to a metal scrapper and could have bought a new pole with them.
No, they took them and, well, whatever. I give her money back. No more Craigslist.
Yeah, we're just going to stick to eBay.
Yeah.
And Amazon. We're just going to stick to that.
No more Craigslist.
So, thank you everybody for watching the first episode of the JJ15 Show. I'm sorry if it was too long. If you don't like it, just don't watch it. Like I said before, hope everyone enjoyed this episode. And we'll be posting our next episode very soon, probably in the next week or two. But I don't want to do this every week because I don't want to annoy people. I might end up making a second channel, which I already have made a second channel. I might put in the description below, in the bio. Go click it. Go subscribe to it. And there's also a link down below to a Google form where you can submit ideas or submit news articles, submit topics for us to talk about. Any experiences with it.
Yeah, any suggestions for me, MommyMommy15, or Jacob.
Yeah. So again, thank you for watching the... Are you ready to do it on 1, 2, 3? Thank you for watching the JJ15 Show!